Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and here we are with the first of the hotfixes for 5.3. 5.3.1 has just released, which means, they're trying to be as quick as possible. I'm assuming they're wanting to get some fixes out right before they start getting ready to announce the DLC. Properly, this means, we've pretty much seen most of the DLC already. But yeah, let's talk about it because there's a few changes coming in, some nerfs to items and just general fixes. So they changed some stuff up with some of the new magical items that were released in 5.3. The Idol of Zakalug, for example, now reduces your movement by 20%. This is instead of the regular 50% and also removing the fatigue penalty effect, which is kind of nice. Then the Helm of Dreska, it was apparently way too negative. So now it's added a 2% chance per turn for the Helm to grant a powerful unique trait, Power of Dreska. This gives you plus 20% HP, plus 20% character experience, plus 10% ward save, and plus 10% research rate. That's really good, goddamn. Wow. And then finally, Death Singer / Doom Singer. One of the small ideas that we didn't manage to include in the pack was the concept of these sister swords would provide an extra benefit when they are together. Added a 5% chance per turn for characters with these swords equipped to gain a unique trait when they're both in the same region. Sister swords, plus 10 melee attack, plus 10 melee defense, and charge reflect attribute. That's kind of cool. I like that. It'll incentivize you to have the two characters together, maybe a lord and a hero, and then you're just getting extra bonuses for that. Honestly, yeah, it's a surprise, but it's a fun one. Only two changes for performance. This is fixed a crash that occurred when attempting to exchange units with a camp that was being abandoned during the campaign. Okay, so new ogre stuff. And fixed a crash that occurred when loading a battle with AI control selected and control large army toggled off in siege battles with large garrison armies. Oh, yeah, that could cause a problem, I guess. It's a bit of a weird one, but I guess all these ones are coming out of the woodwork right now as they're looking at everything before the DLC comes in. Let's start jumping into campaign stuff. So general gameplay, fixed a rare end of turn prompt for an idle character when the character already has a destination. So I think this is something that I've seen before. You've got characters that already have like selected movement for a few turns, and they just won't move. It's an odd thing, but hey, it's fixed now. Fixed an issue where players using the Orcs and Goblins faction could enter tunnel stance when the army's movement points were below 100, while the War Army was selected. Oh yeah, because like the War Army has its own separate movement, and it's attached to that one, so it kind of just refreshes it by accident. Settlements / buildings. Fixed an issue where the Demon Prince could not properly access the harbor port building when occupying Erengrad. So this is something that happens every now and then for various different factions where the port just disappears. But yeah, that's good to see. It's gone. Fixed an issue in the Orcs and Goblins campaign where players were unable to target discovered Skaven settlements for a war unless their faction was also revealed. This is something that I complained about a while back, I think on a stream, and someone said, no, that's always been the case. But yeah, you see, it was a bug. Fixed an issue where the war's target settlement model would disappear after being raised. The model now remains visible without the need for a new save reload. Cool. Technology tree. Added fire while moving for gyrocopters and gyrobombers to the improved gyrocopter engines technology on the dwarf tech tree. Did they not always have fire whilst moving? Well, I guess they've just gotten a bit better now. Skill tree. Fixed an issue in Draco's skill tree where the Indoctrinator skill displayed an excessive number of character unit card variants. Yeah, that's something that's been there for a while. Auxiliaries. Fixed an issue where certain effects that increased recruit rank for Nurgle units would not work when playing as the Demon Prince. Yeah, because the Demon Prince has its own culture marking, so that can kind of cause problems. But hey, it's fixed, so that's good. Alright, some changes coming in for the bounty system. Adjusted how the monetary reward for bounties is calculated. Previously, the amount was based in the issuer's treasury, which could then fluctuate significantly regardless of their strength, and had no relevance to the selected target. The new calculation considers the player's distance to the target, with higher rewards for immortal targets or province capitals. Additionally, distance is now measured from the nearest settlement owned by the player, rather than just the faction leader's army. This change should generally result in bounty targets being closer to the player. Great! Yeah, that sounds great. So more money and just better bounties overall. That's awesome, rather than being sent to like enemy capitals and so on, which I highlighted in the showcase video. But that's good, that's good. Adjusted the bounty reward system to ensure a balanced distribution of additional rewards. Players will now receive a consistent cycle through meat, camp growth, and rare auxiliaries, reducing randomness and enhancing reward variety. Okay, yeah, very decent. It's going to be a bit of a shame, though, because I was playing during one of my tests, right? And I'm still running that campaign. And I ended up getting Talisman of Preservation a lot, which meant that I was getting a lot of characters with just a lot of ward save. It's great. Players can now decline a bounty, triggering a new one to be issued on the following turn. Oh, wow, awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. See, little things like that just make it even better. That's going to make the Ogre campaign a lot better, because sometimes you're going to end up with bounties that you're just not going to want to do. Maybe you can just start refreshing them and go from there. It does mean that you're going to have to cycle through it a lot, but that's perfectly fine. Zhao Ming's Mercenaries. We've fixed an issue causing Zhao Ming's Ogre Mercenary benefits to not apply to the new mercenaries added in 5.3. Additionally, we've made the following changes to help Zhao's mercenary play to the next level. Okay. Faction trait. Plus 10 melee attack and defense to all Ogre Mercenaries. Not bad. Skill tree. Removed minus 25% recruitment cost for Ogre Mercenaries, but added in Guardian for all Ogre Mercenaries faction-wide, and added plus 20% weapon and missile damage for all Ogre Mercenaries faction-wide. I mean, that's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, sure, they're going to be as expensive as they've normally been, but, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I like this. And now UI UX. Fix the bug where hovering over the Ogre Bounties panel link in the help pages while the bounties were open would cause the panel to flash extremely brightly. Weird. Improved the visual quality of the Wild Roots Forest Health numbers when playing as the Wood Elves core, and fixed an issue where lords, including legendary lords, would lose their last names in the UI when they were wounded. That's super weird. This issue affected both player-controlled and AI-controlled lords. That's super weird, dude. That is... what a weird bug. And finally, we're in the battle section. So gameplay in general fixed an issue where defeating the Nemesis Crown Wielder, Nobba de Bossy Git, did not properly complete the quest objectives, preventing the battle from ending as intended. Yeah, sometimes you'd end up getting a... you'd have to restart to try it again. Resolved an issue where the Empire Steam Tech would fail to fire its main cannon after engaging in melee combat. Now, after exiting melee, the cannon will resume firing as intended, aligning with expected gameplay. This is a recent bug, and I'm glad that it's fixed so quickly, because, yeah, Steam Tanks are very popular, especially now that we got 2 variants. Fixed an issue where Graveguard Halberds mistakenly had expert charge defense instead of charge defense versus large target, reinforcing their role as dedicated monster hunters rather than the generous frontline defenders. That's a shame, but yeah, kind of expected. They were performing very, very well. Fixed a bug where ranged units were sometimes assigned targets just outside of their range, causing them to sit idle instead of firing. Okay, so they should be performing a little bit better. Ranged units have been in a weird spot for a lot of Warhammer 3, let's be very honest there. Fixed an issue where the Howl of the Great Beast ability incorrectly triggered a jumping animation for the enemy marauders. Yeah, where they would do that whole slam into the ground thing and do a lot of, like, area of effect damage, which wouldn't actually be damage, it's just a visual thing, but you know what I mean. Okay, animation now. Fixed the bug where the zombie pirate deckhands was missing an animation. Resolved a visual issue where the skeletal archers would snap to different positions and move back and forth excessively during the shoot, ready, and combat idle animations. Yep. Fixed an issue where the weapons of Eternal Guard would disappear while under range fire. It's weird when these happen, right? These types of bugs, animation bugs and stuff. Resolved an issue with the twisted left arm of Blessed Croxigores during their running animations. Fixed an issue where Scarsnake was missing his death animation and post-battle screen. Environments now. The Prologue's first land battle map had a ludicrous parallax setting on a single decal. Okay, sorted. And the multiplier. So, resolved an issue in multiplayer campaigns where Ogre Kingdoms could receive bounties that targeted their teammates. Oh, I thought that was going to be intentional, you know, it'd be kind of funny. See, if you can't really, like, betray your teammates, but it would have been funny if you could have just specifically with the ogres. It would have been kind of, like, you could have done a lot of weird things, man. But yeah, that's not bad, honestly. It's a pretty good patch. Lots of good changes. Nice that the bounties got reworked. That's really, really important. It's nice to see this happening a lot quicker and a lot faster. Yeah. We're in for a good time. Hopefully it's not too long until the DLC, but I'm imagining that they wanted to throw out the hotfix quickly, solve any problems so it's on parity with 6.0. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's start a bit of a discussion. I do apologize if I sound weird. The flu came back. It's not been my year, man. I've got the flu, then I fractured my arm and now I've got the flu again. Fun. See ya, guys.